Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 250 just finished up, and guess what? Yuta is absolutely the GOAT. The chapter begins with an explanation of how exactly Yuta's domain expansion works. We learn that Yuta can apply any sure hit effect to his domain expansion. However, within that domain expansion, each katana is an individual curse technique that he's copied, and every time he grabs it, he can actually use that curse technique, but only one time. However, there are an endless amount of katanas, so every time Yuta uses a curse technique and that katana supposedly disappears, he can pick up another katana and use that curse technique again. However, he doesn't know what curse technique he's going to be using every time he grabs a katana until he's actually holding the katana, and then he just has to think on the fly and use that ability. Now we jump immediately right back into the action as Yuta, Yuji, and Rika are all jumping Sukuna and they're landing a couple blows. Sukuna's blocking Yuji on one side, but yet again notices that his soul is shaking with every single punch. And then Yuta attacks him overhead using Udo's sky manipulation to land another blow on Sukuna while Rika grabs Yuji and chucks this man clear across the battlefield for a flying kick on Sukuna. Not only does Yuji land this kick on Sukuna, he also puts him into an armbar immediately, and then we find out that Yuji can not only just perceive the contours of the soul, he can literally see the exact lines of the dimensions between Megumi and Sukuna's soul, and he's attacking specifically at that every single time. It's also then revealed that Yuji has another huge upgrade, as every time he lands a blow, Sukuna is losing not only cursed energy, but also his control on Megumi's soul as well. Which is where Sukuna notes that he actually has the same amount of cursed energy as Yuta currently, which is a pretty big deal because previously he had twice as much energy as Yuta at the start of Gojo vs Sukuna. Now they continue to land more blows on Sukuna until eventually Sukuna does fight back and throws out a net-like dismantle like he did against Kashimo. It cuts up both Yuji and Yuta, and then he uses Cleave on Rika while also kicking Rika in the face. However, again, Yuta and Yuji have gotten a lot better with cursed energy reinforcement and RCT, so they're able to heal pretty effortlessly through this. However, Yuta acknowledges himself that if Gojo didn't have long-lasting effects on Sukuna and not just talk about the domain expansion, then they would have probably been unalived by all of these attacks that he's thrown out so far. So yes, for everyone saying that Gojo didn't do anything after Gojo vs Sukuna, no, he absolutely did. He nerfed Sukuna so heavily that Yuta and Yuji actually stand a chance. They continue the battle, and then the most shocking ending happens as Yuta uses Udo's curse technique to bend space again, and his sword barely touches Sukuna's face, and then all of a sudden, Sukuna's face is cut up because Yuta used Cleave. So yes, I was correct, Yuta has indeed copied Sukuna's curse technique. And also, like I mentioned, he's using Cleave because Cleave, if used properly, can supposedly one-shot an opponent if they're not countering it. And that's where the chapter ends, with Yuji, Yuta, and Rika just dogpiling on Sukuna, and it being revealed that Yuta has now copied Cleave and Dismantle. But luckily, there's no break next week. I think this completely solidifies in the series that Yuta is second to Gojo.